Hi friends, in this session I am going to discuss about how to prepare environmental science for your 2017 prelims examination. That means I will discuss what to study, how to study and where to study environmental science. So first, what to study from environmental science. This is the topic wise analysis of last 6 year environmental science questions from 2011 to 2016. Here you can see the importance of environmental science in UPSC exams. You could see that in between 11 to 25 questions we can expect from environmental science, and those all topics that UPSC ask questions are now in front of you. So if you prepare for these all topics, you can get a good score. One thing you have to notice is that the 2016 question paper was a highly current affair oriented one. From the environmental science also they asked current affair questions. From these all topics you have to give first priority to environmental organizations, because see the number of questions they asked from environmental organization. In 2016 they asked around 5 questions. So environmental organization is an important one. Now you know the organization is important, then how will you study it? So this is a question asked in 2015 related to IUCN, it's an organization, and CITES, it's a convention. Here are given some statements about these organizations. How can you answer this? How you know which is the correct statement? For that you can refer the respective official websites of these organizations. There you can see the About Us page in their website. In the About Us page, the important features of that organization or the convention will be provided. This is how you need to update the information about organization. Go to the About Us page and gather information about the organization or the convention. You have to refer only the official websites. For example, this year PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. This organization was in news related to the Jellicut issue. So you can collect information about PETA from their official website. In this way you have to study the organizations and conventions. And if you don't have any time to go and check all these websites, you can refer our material, Neo material for environmental organization. Our material includes all the important information about the main organization and conventions. For this question, the mentioned features are there in their respective websites. IUCN is having an official observer status only. It is not an organ of United Nations. So if you know IUCN is not an organ of UN, then you got the answer by eliminating all the choices that are having one as option, and the answer will be B, 2 and 3 only. So in this way you have to study the organization by studying the About Us page of the organization from their official websites only. Now you got how to study and where to study organization, right? The second important topic from environmental science is species, both the animals and plants. That means here in the table you can see the fauna and flora. In 2016 from animals they asked 3 questions. Here is one question asked in 2016 about a camel called Karai camel. They asked this question because this was a current affair last year. The camel was facing threat due to the decreasing of mangrove trees in the Gujarat region. That news article was having sufficient information to solve this question. In that news it said that it is a camel domesticated by the Maldari community of Gujarat, and the camel has the mangrove trees in their diet, and it is the only camel capable of swimming. These all information were there in that news. So whenever an animal is mentioned in news and it is having any special character or any ecological importance, then and itself collect information about that animal. The main things you have to know about a species is whether it is having any special character, whether it is an endangered species, its ecological importance, at last whether the species is given any legal protection under the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. These much information you have to collect about a species which is mentioned in the news. Recently scientists found a new species called pika from the mountain ranges of Sikkim. It has an ecological importance because it is a keystone species. Then where do you get the information about the animals? First one, the animal related informations are available in the official websites of IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature, WWF, World Wildlife Fund, CMS, Convention on the Conservation of Migratory Species of Wild Animals, etc. In these all organizations you can get the information related to animals. For the legal status of animals, the list of wild animals included in the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 is available in the internet. So you can collect it from the internet, or for all information about the species, you can refer the new IAS material on fauna. The third important topic from environmental science is flora, that means the plants. In 2016, they asked a question about red sanders. It's a deciduous tree found in southern regions, mostly in the Sheshajalam hills of Andhra Pradesh. Red sanders was also a current affair there, because the timber mafia, they were cutting this tree in a huge amount from the Sheshajalam hill ranges. So if there is any trees which is having any importance and is mentioned in the news, you have to collect information about that tree. For example, recently there was some news related to the Kejri tree or the Jandi tree. It's a tree found in the arid regions, mainly in the Rajasthan. The Kejri tree is having economic as well as environmental importance there, but now the Kejri tree is declining in a fast rate due to the indiscriminate cutting or due to the fungal attacks and due to the decreasing groundwater level. And there are so many other reasons for declining of the Kejri tree also. So in this way you have to collect information about trees. That means its ecological and economic importance, then its main threat, and which region it can be found. The plant related questions will be asked in relation with the vegetation. So you can refer the NCERT textbook for the vegetation. The natural vegetation is covered in the geography textbook of NCERT. So everything is simply mentioned in the NCERT textbooks. From the natural vegetation, what you have to study is, there is a natural vegetation map provided in NCERT. So this is that map. Just have an idea about what all the regions in India is having the evergreen forest, mangrove forest, thorn forest, deciduous forest, etc. There will be a match the following question for the forest types and its states. So these are the main topics you have to give priority in environmental science. Even though 2016 was a current affair oriented paper, we can't risk the chance of concept related questions. There will be concept related questions from ecosystem, biodiversity, nutrient cycles, pollution, major threats to environment, etc. So you should be thorough with all these basic concepts. From all these you have to study the basic concepts related to these topics. Just know the concept only, don't by heart anything, because the UPSC, they won't ask any direct definition, they will simply ask some simple statements about the basic concepts. So just study the basic concepts only. For all these concept related informations, either you can refer the NEO material or you can refer the NCERT textbook of class 9, 10, 11 and 12. So you will get all the basic idea from the NCERT textbooks. It is defined very simply in that books. Then at last, the villain topic for the most students who study the environmental sciences, the protected areas. There are questions like, they will give some protected areas names and they will provide either its state or the main animal protected there, or the river flowing through that, or the mountain range, like that, and we are asked to match it properly. Actually, the protected area, it is not a villain topic, because the UPSC asked the protected area for a reason. That means the mentioned protected area will be protecting some special or important species, or it may be there in the news, or it may be asked by the UPSC earlier also. So the protected areas that was in news and asked in the previous year are the ones you have to study. The last thing I have to say you is that practicing the questions. By practicing the questions, you will get more knowledge and some techniques to solve the questions also. You can practice the UPSC previous year questions. It is available on market. In our website also we provided the previous year questions. So you can practice the previous year questions and also you can practice the model questions. We had conducted 20 model tests with 50 questions each. That means 1000 questions are there. More than 60% of those questions are prepared based on the current affairs. And by solving that questions, you are updating the current affair knowledge related to every subject by practicing that questions. So our model questions are available in our website with its explanation. So you can get it from there. Even though we may be knowing the correct answer for the question, but sometimes we may make mistakes. So that problem can be rectified by practicing the previous year questions and practicing the model questions. Another way to update current affair is, there are lots of current affair materials available in market. Either you can refer those materials or we have our own current affair compilation. You can refer those also. So I am concluding the main areas you have to cover from environmental science. That means what to study are environmental organizations that were in use, fauna or animals, plants and vegetation, protected areas, and the basic concept related to ecology. Then how to study is practicing the question papers, both the previous year question and the model questions. And where to study is refer the NCERT textbooks, official websites of organizations, or you can refer the New IAS material. That's all about how to prepare environmental science for 2017 prelims. Wish you good luck for your prelims examination. Thank you.